Hello, in this tutorial I will show you how to use your Clickfunnels landing page to capture leads, send them into Listflex, validate them, and then redirect them based on whether or not the validation was successful or not. So for this test I'll be using my demo Listflex account and specifically list 1637 Skincare Partials Joe. So I'll be sending leads into this list from my from one of my ClickFunnels landing pages. Now I'll show you what they look like in a second. So this page right here is what I'll be using to capture leads. Let me show you what it looks like. So this form right here is going to be used to capture leads, send them into Listflex, into this list right here, pass the checks or not pass the checks, and then redirect them to a thank you page or to an error page. For this specific test, I went ahead and disabled most of these checks just to make it a little bit easier to import, so that the lead doesn't have to go through too many validations. But I mean, your configuration will probably vary, I would imagine. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to use this URL right here as a thank you page. So this is the URL that people will get redirected to upon successful import into Listflex. Let me pull it up for you just so you know what it looks like. So there it is. And the fail redirect looks like this. So this is gonna this URL is gonna get pulled up if the email entered on this page is invalid, or it's a duplicate, or it fails the validation for one reason or another, basically. So I know this says 404. Don't pay attention to that. It's just a generic error message. I just wanted to show you how it works. So I'll close these. Go back to my Listflex account, show you how to configure the list into which you're sending the leads. Okay, so make sure this is the right list. We go all the way down here to redirect after import. Set it to yes, and two fields will show up. One is for a successful redirect, and the other one is for a failed redirect. So this one will get pulled up if a lead gets imported successfully. This one gets pulled up if a lead is rejected for any reason. So, if you recall, this is the URL that I want to use as a success, also known as a thank you page. But there's a tiny little twist here. What I want to do is I actually want to pass on the email address all the way through to the thank you page from the landing page. So this email will contain %, email, %. So this variable right here will, upon redirect, turn into the physical email address that gets put into this this field right there. So okay, so now let's move on to the fail redirect, and that's what we're going to do right here. So paste, and now we're done. So save list details. Let's make sure that everything's saved properly. So we're good. Now let's go to the ClickFunnels page, our ClickFunnels account, and create that integration. The first thing you want to do, because we're going to be using an HTML form to do that, the first thing you want to do is actually go to your profile right here and go to integrations. And then all you need to do here is just create an integration, name it something, and make it an HTML form. In my case, I already have them here, so I don't have to create them, but I will go ahead and do that just to show you how to get that accomplished. So click on that, and then on this HTML form, click on this HTML form. All you got to do here is just name it. So let's give it a name: Listflex HTML form import, or something along those lines. So add integration, and now it's saved. So here it is, and that's all you need to do here. Now you need to go back to your funnels, find the funnel that you're working with. In my case, it's this testering thing. click on that, click on edit page, and in the builder, in the editor, what you need to do now is go into this settings button and click on integrations. Alright, so right now the integration is not connected. What you need to do is you need to select the integration that you want to use. In our case, we're just going after this HTML form, the one that we just created a few seconds ago. So click on that. In the action, what you need to do is you need to paste the form code that you'll be using. This form code you will find, this HTML form code you will find in this post right below this video, and it will highlight the fields that you need to update. So the way to put that form together, it's actually very straightforward. I mean, I already have it put together in my case, and what I use really is in this vendor's account, I go and find the API, I look at the API instructions for this specific list, and all I really need is this API key and this list ID to swap the existing values with in the form code that you see in this post. So and the rest is you just you put it together. I mean, you in my case I only use fname and email. You can use phone number, you can use an address, or whatever you want. So the post will describe that specific step in more detail, but it's actually really straightforward. So let's go back here, and as I mentioned, what I need to do now is I need to copy and paste the HTML form code that I had already prepared. So if you see here, again, you see this API key and list ID, they match the API key and list ID right here, and that's actually that's really all you will need to do in your case. So hit parse and save web form. The last thing you need to do though is, you see how this little section identified that there are two fields that you need to map: first name, fname in our case, and here it is, and email, and there it is. So what you need to do is you need to actually map them to this form. So fname is going to be name, and email is going to be email. So this right here is all you really need. The next step for you is to simply hit the save button right there. Don't pay attention to that. Everything is saved properly. So to verify that, I actually I'm gonna go ahead and refresh this builder just to make sure that, see the integration here, it's showing us created or connected. So all our code is back here, the mapping is properly done, so presumably everything is good to go. So if you recall, well, let's exit that. I'm gonna close that and pull this up just to have a fresh version of it. Alright, so I pull up this page. Okay, so after this integration, after what we just did, this form should be hooked up into this list, and upon submit, if an import is successful, we're going to get redirected to that success page, to the thank you page that I showed you earlier. If it's not successful, we're going to go to that 404 page. Let's quickly fill it out. And just any random email address. Yes. Alright, so the lead went into Listflex successfully, as you can see, and not only that, this thank you redirect, as you can see, now contains the email address that I put into that I filled in the form with on the previous page. And if you refresh this page, you'll see that there's one lead in there. Click on it, see what it looks like. There it is. Now, however, let's go back. Let's go back and actually retest the same exact page with the same exact information, which means that um, this email is going to get rejected because it's a duplicate. We had just imported it a few seconds ago. So presumably this attempt will result in an unsuccessful import attempt and redirect us to a fail page, fail redirect. So let's go ahead and do that. Yes, and voila. So I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can.